MGM. Hey, who's ready for blast off, man? Here we are, a day removed from the ME token drop, and I'll tell you what, I think things are looking pretty freaking fantastic. Pretty freaking fantastic. I hope you're paying attention. I hope you're watching token price. I hope you're watching the conversation out on X, which, let's be honest, it's been pretty damn fuddy out there. It has been. You know who's had conviction about this coin and where this coin's going? Yeah, your boy has. And I hope we saw last night the Magic Eden token briefly touched $11. I'll tell you what, man, just a sign of what's to come here. That token, through all the FUD, has maintained an incredible price floor of $5. I'm impressed by what they're doing. I really am impressed. And so holding on to that price prediction of $15 for that ME token, I'm not giving financial advice. I never have. I never will. I'm giving you just how I see things and why I see things the way I do. And hopefully if you've been here watching along, you know that's how it goes. You hear the reasons why I have floor price predictions and token price predictions. It's not throwing out random numbers. I'm telling you why I think they're going there, how they get there. And let's see if we materialize some of these things. And I think in the case of the ME token, I sure as hell think it's going to happen. So we'll get into that a little bit today. Look, we're not going to do too much time on Magic Eden. We'll do some updates. We'll check the market. See what else is cooking over in the ME front. But it's time to start talking about what that ME stimmy is actually doing for us. Where all those people who dumped yesterday, and there was a hell of a lot of them, where are they moving their funds over to? And I'm going to play a little fantasy, right? Let's play fantasy as if I claim token. I didn't claim token, but let's play fantasy like pretend I did, where I would have moved some funds over, what I would do with my ME allocation. So we'll go over that. Again, we'll play a little fantasy. It's like we're playing like D&D here, but crypto. Well, yeah, crypto D&D. I like that. We'll do a little of that today. Guys, we get some updates from across NFTs, which is great to see. Small updates, but it's great to be talking NFTs as the NFT season really just starts. It's really just starting to heat up. Even with the Penguins' big old Pengu token right on the horizon, yet another thing that's going to help fuel this cycle here. So lots to talk about in NFTs. We're going to touch on AI agents. Again, quite a lot going on. And if we have time, and I really hope we do, I want to just hang out on Crypto Slam and SlamVision, check out the Explorers, and just poke around some opportunities I think I see out there. And probably specifically, guys, I want to look at Bitcoin art, right? If we're trying to stay ahead of metas and trends, I think the next meta that's really going to arrive, like a meaningful meta here, it's not PFPs, even though PFPs will cook, right? It's not fungible tokens, even though fungible tokens going to cook, and AI, all that stuff's going to cook. Absolutely. But something that hasn't cycled back in a hot minute here, and really we're talking about years, it's art. We've not had an art meta since 2022. Little pockets of stuff cooking here and there, but we've not had a full-on art meta. I think that's coming. I think that's going to come right alongside Ordinals having their peak season. And so I've been collecting for years now some great art over on Bitcoin. I'm going to make sure to show that to you guys. And maybe we can explore maybe some other pieces that are under the radar. We're just looking for opportunities. All right, so let's hit it, guys. Make sure you're subscribed here. SlamX Official on YouTube. Crypto Slam IO over on X. And, man, you guys want to make sure you sign up for SlamVision, our brand new Explorers here. Ethereum, ApeChain, EDU's coming up. It's live on testnet, live on Sonium's testnet as well, too. Base, also a Base SlamVision Explorer. Go sign up for this, guys. This is going to come in pretty damn handy for you pretty darn soon. A little more to reveal about that soon. But get signed up here, ethereum.slam.vision. You can look at this as like Crypto Slam 2.0, and this is a beta right now. But instead of just NFT collection rankings, you're seeing everything on chain ranked by contract, ranked by activity, ranked by interactions. And then you treat it like an explorer and actually dive into the details there. So get on there, get signed in. You're going to be seeing this all over the place here coming up. But start poking around and learning it, because that's going to come in handy for you for a specific reason pretty darn soon. All right. CPI numbers. Waiting for that this morning, trying to get a feel for inflation out there. I don't know. I'm pretty detached from the real world. I can tell you, if they make it sound good and they did their hardest to make it sound good. The economy sound and look good heading into the election. Did it work? I don't know. CPI comes in as expected, up to 2.7%. What it means, guys, it means we probably got rate cuts coming next week. It means we probably got those rate cuts that we have been expecting too, guys. It was always planned that we would get another 25 basis points shaved off at the end of this year. It's probably coming next week, which is great. If we're looking for things to send this market, yeah, it's the ME stimmy. It's definitely the ME stimmy. But it's also rate cuts that can really kick this into high gear. And so looking forward to that. Benny, by the way, you don't own art on chain. Maybe we fix that. It's not a problem, dude. You know what I mean? But maybe you can put some stuff on your radar that actually is pretty damn affordable that I think is going to do well. We'll certainly get into that here. And then Reactor, good to see you, man. We'll come back to that too. I definitely want to get into art and in your guys' picks. Six Hole, good morning. Bunny, good morning. DJ Hulk, good morning. Dawn, good morning. It's great to see you guys. So yes, inflation up. It does mean rate cuts coming sooner. Again, we were expecting it. It's coming. Great for the market here. Let's touch on ME. So token goes live yesterday. Claim, let's just say it wasn't the smoothest process for everybody. Some couldn't claim right out of the gate. And some were just so bothered by the price. Hard to be bothered by any kind of price on any token that's free. And yet that's what we saw, on the timeline yesterday. And just to be honest, yeah, a lot of FUD out there. Was it warranted? I can't think of any reason it's warranted. Maybe the wallet's not flawless, right? Maybe little things like that. But again, free stimmy, free airdrop. Most people making 4 figures. It's most people making 5 figures that I saw. But a lot of 4,000. A lot of drops, a lot of claims in the thousands of dollars. Great stimmy. And I'll tell you what, I think a lot of people sold. A lot. If I were to guess percentage-wise how many sold, you guys think it'd be crazy to say maybe 50% of people who claim sold? Could it be higher than that even? Dawn, interesting. I would love to chat about that, saying you don't understand NFTs. I don't know if you mean that exactly. I thought you might have been here for a while. Maybe you were an NFT collector. We should chat about that sometime. Of course, we do that here. Again, a lot of FUD out there. I think most people dump their allocation, and that's not the wrong thing to do. But we're hanging in the $4 to $5 range. People sold there. It's a great price, free money. And yet, my prediction that ME is going to $15 is as strong today and yesterday through the peak of the FUD as it was over the weekend when I really started locking in that prediction. $15 is the target. $15 is what I think we hit, guys. I think we're going to hit it. So claim the tokens. Right now, actually, you can also stake your tokens too. Fantasy, right? But if I were doing this, I'd probably consider staking my tokens here, right? You stake your tokens for 4 years, you get extreme multiples on your tokens. It's a long lockup period, and by the way, you can pick your lockup period. But I will say, if you think Magic Eden can turn into a Binance level exchange marketplace, all in one, the on-chain Binance is what they say. My goodness. I looked at some numbers. If you stake, think something like, I'm trying to remember the number I used, 800 ME tokens, stake it for 4 years, turns into about, it was either 15 or 20,000 tokens. It's a huge amount. And so I was just looking at numbers. I'm like, okay, if Magic Eden gets to the level of Binance and gets that kind of FDV, which is $100 billion is the BNB token, $100 billion FDV. It's a pretty wild number. That puts the ME token price at $100 with its supply. It's pretty spicy opportunity to think of maybe 20,000 tokens at $100 a token. Tell you what, again, in fantasy land, it's something I would certainly be considering. Something that it's worth looking into for, honestly, if you got tokens, it's worth looking into staking. You can complete quests as well. Get little multiples on your staking rewards here too. Quest items like trading an NFT, buying an NFT, $100 minimum. Swapping for some fungible tokens. Things you're already doing, they're basically trying to get you to use their wallet. Stake some tokens, use their wallet for the things you're doing. You're going to get more tokens out of it. I like it. I like a lot of what Magic Eden's doing here. And so let's look at the Magic Eden price here. Here you see out of the gate, and this is incredible for some people who did manage to sell right out of the gate, and I know some people that did, selling at $13. $13 right out of the gate. Of course, instant dump. Everyone's dumping right out, trying to catch that price. And very few did. Again, some did. And then the ME hanging around 450, kind of ranging up to 5. Hanging around there, I'll tell you what, man, that was really its sweet spot, was right in the $5 range. I'll say it again, I think it's a really impressive number to be holding up. $5 for this token that on pre-markets was trading $3 to $4. It did touch 5. But holding that price through all that FUD is pretty incredible. And then you start seeing it, kind of a light bulb go off for some people, realizing the same thing. It's so fuddy out there, and the token's holding up really well. And then, oh my goodness, we have a Binance listing, but all of a sudden we have a Coinbase listing too. Wow. And a Crypto.com listing. Really great stuff. And I'll say this too, volume is pretty damn low on this token. This thing gets some volume that I think this thing sends. It's part of that formula of what gets it to $15. But man, maybe we didn't need it because overnight this thing hit $11. Look at that. Now, is that market makers? Is that a little manipulation? Or is that just organic buyers? Is that people coming in to invest in ME? I don't know. What I do know is there's going to be demand for this token. There already is. There is not a lot of supply, guys. 200,000 tokens, with a big chunk of those being locked up, right? It's you got to think of all these little moving pieces here. One thing I do want to verify, and I don't know if it shows it on the screen here, but some of the market cap calculations were done with 125 million tokens. That's the amount of the airdrop. But at TGE, there's 200 million tokens generated. So I'm not sure why some are factoring, are putting the supply as 125 mil. I think it's 200. Unless those extra, 75 mil actually haven't been, minted yet. That I don't know. I'm not sure here exactly. Or if they're not truly in circulation, that I don't know. I think those come through staking rewards. Again, you can stake for a day. You can stake for a week. As you unstake, you earn more tokens. So it's probably that extra 75 mil is for that. So keep that in mind. But anyway, your TLDR, again, the ME token is really, I think, looking incredibly strong. $5, 30 cents right now. And I do think in a matter of days here, guys, we see this at probably $10 to $15. When the cycle really kicks in, when it really gets into high gear, guys, that's what my price predictions always are. It's at the, peak euphoric part of this thing. Bitcoin well over 100K. Just we're back in that banana zone. To me, that's where this token goes to 15. And in that zone, too, is where things can get really silly quick. Because, again, small-ish supply, it could get silly. Could get silly. How do you guys feel about the ME drop? How are you guys feeling about it? Who's staking? And, again, how do you feel about it out of the gate? The FUD, the price it's maintained. I'm really curious your guys' thoughts here. Dawn, hang on. I'm trying to remember. Have we chatted before loosely? Like, I think you've come to this channel. I mean, I know you've been here for months and months, but I feel like we've talked briefly around NFTs. I almost feel like, I'll say this, Dawn, I'd love to chat with you sometime, like in DMs or something, or hop on a VC. Like, I'd love to chat with you about NFTs. It is the tricky part. Dawn's saying here, can't wrap his head around the value, why NFTs are valuable. And he's not saying they're not, but he's just curious. Like, I really like this. I actually respect the hell out of that take, that you keep coming back because there's something there. Other people find it valuable, and I can tell you're trying to just make it click. Like, you want to definitively know, okay, there's nothing to it, or there is, and there's so many people that see it. Like, I get it. You want to get somewhere like that. Yeah. Don, getting some skin in the game is one of the easiest ways to unlock that. And part of it is overthinking it. Overthinking it when people value it. When people value it, and it's like you're just so set on figuring out the why. And ultimately, the why might be right in front of you. They're valuable because other people think they're valuable. It's kind of like anything. And it kind of can be that simple. Of course, there's like depth to each project, each type of NFT, but it does boil down to if somebody else, don't even picture NFT, if somebody else thinks object here is valuable, it then becomes valuable. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny. Anyway, we should definitely chat. That'd be a lot of fun. I would love to, and open to it anytime if you want to do that. All right, let me look at some of these comments here. Cosmos, good morning, man. Eric, good morning. Cosmos still holding. I think that's smart. I do. I think that's really smart. Eric, saw it hit 11, couldn't sell. Couldn't sell, like couldn't bring yourself to sell, or actually couldn't physically sell. What percent has been locked so far? I don't know. That's a great question. Would love to see that. Need more volume. Don't know where it'll come from. Oh, dude, and Magic Eden might have an AMA today. Good. Really good to hear. Christian can't claim yet. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, you can, dude. I like it. I like Eric. I get it. That's cool. That's some cool conviction. Yeah, even at 11, I think this token's going to be very surprising to a lot of people. Hey, look, we know an OpenSea, something's coming. We know it. It's a token. It's a matter of when. We know Pengu's coming. Look, Xverse might have a token. I've seen a lot of talk about Xverse maybe having an airdrop here, maybe a token. I don't know if they are or not, but they're certainly talking like they are. Guess what's coming next to Xverse cross-chain swaps? Don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. I could probably just leave it as I don't know, but I think I wouldn't be shocked to see these guys drop a token. It is airdrop season. It is. It's time to shower those rewards on people, and you do that for one reason. It's marketing. You get people on your platform. It's your job to keep them after that, but if you want to get a hack, if you want to hack to getting people to look at your shit, you give them a token. You pay them a little bit. It is that simple. That's why it's happening here, and it does fuel this run, so man. Okay, so now that ME token, again, for you guys who got it, what are you doing with it? Are you holding all of it? Are you rotating to runes? Which everybody said that's what would happen, right? There'd be a big old rotation to runes. And interestingly enough, AI meme coins were not so hot yesterday. Some are bouncing back. I want to talk about that. But the question is, where do people rotate to? I think you're looking at where some of that rotation's going. Dog go to the moon, guys. It looks like it's getting ready to strike all-time high again, 980 mil. Look, this was down in the 700 mil range yesterday. And so that thesis that it's going to rotate to runes blown the fuck out, right? It didn't materialize, except that people are just engagement farming and using that FUD just to get engagement. Truth is, just a little too quick, man. Just a little too fast. If you're going to get your ME token and sell it for Sol and then swap to Bitcoin, or I believe you can swap your ME directly for Bitcoin, it takes a minute. You got to do the transactions. You got to get it. You got to go pick what you're going to get into. If you didn't have a plan already, it takes some time. And I'll tell you what, man, it did not take long for the rune board to light up, entirely green, and then Dog now pushing above 900 mil. It is rotating to runes. Look at that. My goodness. Hang on. Let me get here in the 1 hour view. 1 day view. 2 million in volume in Dog, which is really solid. For runes, really solid. Also, we're now up to a 940 mil market cap. Dog might break. Man, today could be a day. In fact, maybe that CPI reading and those numbers coming in, that's probably the signal that interest rates are coming, and that might get people extra spendy. Knowing that interest rates come next week, that all of a sudden the spending happens then. This is people front-running interest rate cuts. It could be that. So I'm not going to be shocked to see Dog hit that all-time high today. I'm not going to be shocked at any moment if Dog actually does that move over a bill. That is coming. It is a matter of when, and that might be coming really soon. Eric, yep, I'm with you. Thought runes and ordinals would go higher. I think it's coming really soon. I think, okay, look, the crypto market kind of dumped yesterday. I think Bitcoin dropped, did it touch 94K? Yesterday was a little spooky in the macro crypto market, and I think that made people hold off a little bit. I think today's a completely different story. I think today's the day, and especially tomorrow's the day. Right? Usually 3 days after a drop is where things really cook. So, yeah, I think the best part of this ME story is actually today, tomorrow, and probably more tomorrow. AI 16, Don, yes, sir. AI 16Z all-time high, like 650 mil. I definitely want to make sure I spend time on AI because again, fantasy. In Fantasyland, I'll tell you the scenario. In Fantasyland, I claimed my tokens. And I sold some of those tokens, and I bought some meme coins. I bought some AI tokens. I bought some Naval. In Fantasyland, I'm a Naval millionaire now, over 1 mil tokens. In that same Fantasyland, I also bought some nothing. Because I think those AI tokens were all very underpriced yesterday. I think they were all extreme discount. In fact, AI 16Z flipped GOAT. GOAT was down to 550 mil. Today, back over 600-something mil. Right? I think the AI coins were low yesterday, expecting that people rotate to this stuff. To the AI coins especially. When you got somebody like Mando saying GOAT is the Doge of meme coins, of AI coins. It's the Bitcoin of AI coins, and he thinks it's going to 10 bill. And then you see GOAT sitting at 500 mil. Come on. How do you not just want to go all in on that? Okay? So in Fantasyland, I'm heavy into Naval now. Dude, if in Fantasyland I sold at, God, I wish in my dreams I could remember. You know how dreams are hard to remember? Somewhere in the $6 to $7 range. So I'm proud of Fantasy Me. I think it was a good trade, and it was if I remember from my dream, it was about 30 to 40% of the tokens that were sold. Because real me believes this is going to Fantasy Bucks. Yeah, right. Because real life me believes this is still a $15 token. So, want to get into those AI tokens when I think they're discounted, and when I think again something like Naval, I think's got Naval is a 5x to get back to its all-time high, and its all-time high is about 20 mil. It's nothing. And they're getting ready to deliver all their actual, their product, the real utility of that agent. That's getting ready to be revealed or actually officially released. To me, Naval is like a 2x. A 2x is just 8 mil, which is cheap. A 3x at 12 mil? I'm like, come on, man. This seems too easy. Easy mode. And again, a 5x puts it back at its all-time high, and its all-time high is where I was buying it, expecting it to go to 100 mil and getting a 5x from there. You know what I mean? So I just see Naval as just such an easier opportunity. And look, if it doesn't play out because of just hype bringing people to Naval, because the whole ecosystem pumps, Naval is one, everything. The best agents, the top agents, all going to just inflate too. So to me, Naval just gets that inflation too. It just inflates. It just pumps with the rest of them. So if it doesn't hit 100, I still think it gets back to its 20 mil. And I see a 5x. I'm like, come on. All this has is that opportunity for that easy 2, 3, 5x. And then the potential for much more. John, if we're talking waifu, not the VVAIFU, but waifu with the W, that's that launch pad, is that what you're talking about? Like about 3 mil market cap? Curious if you're talking that one. Because if so, yeah, gotta definitely had eyes on that. If it's the VV, that waifu, that one's great too. It's not a smaller market cap, I don't think. But if it's with a W, yes. Okay, yeah, Don, I was shilling that one, and in that one, 100K market cap. I like that one a lot. So in at 100K, out at, a couple mil. I think I rotated out of that from Mustard, so evaporated all those gains, but definitely want back in. I see that one at 10, 15, 20 mil when they launched their launch pad. Right from the team at game.com. They got a bunch of tokens in that ecosystem. Bazinga. There's a few tokens they got there. I like waifu a lot. What's market cap now, Don? I like that one. Anyway, we're going to keep our eyes on runes. The rotation of runes has certainly started here. Again, we're 38 mil away from hitting that all-time high again. I think today could be that $1 billion day. And then, of course, I'm watching Gizmo, one of my biggest bags, one of my biggest bets. But everything here on the rune side, I think way undervalued. Based Angel Rune, all this stuff way undervalued. We'll come back to looking at collections and runes and NFTs across chains. Look at Dog, right, Martin? Just stuff's looking excellent here. We have Murad, the main man Murad. I think maybe going to shill some. I think maybe going to shill some rune bags here. Tomorrow, Murad and Leonidas are joining Elizabeth Olsen, Magic Eden's head of marketing at MempleCon. I don't know if this is an in-person event. I guess it is. I'm asking that because I don't think Leonidas is doxxed, so he must be joining virtually, right? He's not doxxed. But this is great. Having Murad speak at a conference like this, I'm sure he's going to be talking about pups. Maybe he talks about puppets. I wonder if he talks Gizmo. I doubt he talks Gizmo, but I do think he'll talk pups. And I do think, well, of course he's going to talk dog. Oh, man, you know what? This alone might be fueling that dog run. And this alone, ahead of the event tomorrow, might push dog to a Billy. That might happen. That really might happen, guys. So definitely got to keep our eyes on that. That's pretty spicy. That's pretty freaking spicy. Hard to not be excited right now, right, guys? Like crazy excited. All right, let's hit the macro crypto market. We got to keep moving here. Yesterday, again, I think we dipped to 94K briefly, and we gobbled that cheap Bitcoin right up. Right here, pushing on 99K again. Beautiful. 3,700 ETH, 226 for Solana. BNB is under 700. Wow. I just realized that. And I know Ripple had dipped below $2. Nice recovery here. Macro crypto looking decent here. Looking decent. Look, I got a little fear that the U.S. government's going to dump all their crypto holdings. That is a fear. It's a fear. Just, a final fuck you on the way out. I'll tell you, actually, I have a good reason why. Let me mention this in a minute. I have a big fear. That is a big fear of mine, that they dump all their crypto holdings. That's right, Martin. Martin, you guys got some insane conviction, and you deserve everything you get when this stuff absolutely moons. You deserve it. Dawn, I love it. 3 mil market cap. Yeah, I could spend a whole episode on Waifu. I know a lot about it, and I like it a lot. Waifu is going to be a mover when that launch pad launches. All right, looking at the ETFs here real quick. 438 mil in inflows. Sorry, got that off the screen, I think. There we go. 438 mil in inflows, Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. On the ETH side, again, ETH has been doing phenomenally. 305 million in inflows. Good stuff here. Okay. Price prediction from VanEck, head of digital assets. 180K Bitcoin this cycle. That's what I like to hear, man. I like hearing the predictions for this cycle. 180K is super reasonable. Could it hit 200? Yep. Does it only hit, 150? Could. But these predictions are great to know. Guys, we might only be half of the way there. I think that's pretty likely. It's why I'm so bullish on everything, especially probably nothing more than AI meme coins and runes, but let's just say AI meme coins. I know people are underestimating them still. This much money gets pumped into Bitcoin and then rotates out of there into the next, frontier. It's AI. It's AI meme coins. My bet on Naval for exactly this reason, that Bitcoin's going to go crazy. It's flowing back here, and it flows to AI agents. Don't miss this shit. All right, we have, what is it? UAE BTC. Live event 2 days ago. Really cool stuff here, and people talk about Bitcoin the way they are. Here's Trump's former campaign chair. These guys legit were celebrating 100K Bitcoin, and we get some interesting comments from Donald Trump himself. Right? Like, if you like 100K, watch what we do next. Look, Trump is looking at Bitcoin and crypto in general like the stock market, and he's going to do everything he can to pump this market. He said that. He wants to see Bitcoin hit 150K. And look, we saw VanEck prediction 180 this cycle. Trump's got to raise that target too, I think, but very, very motivated to get that price pumping. And when I say pumping, I don't even mean that in a speculative, shitty way that it can be taken, right? He just wants to see it perform well. And I'm giving some clarity there because, look, other family members talk about it going to a mill. It's going to. One day Bitcoin will be a mill. But the problem is when we start talking pumpy, and we start talking $1 million, and we start talking Trump wanting to do what he can to push these numbers. And we know how the crypto industry did influence this election, not in a dirty way, in the way that happens in politics. But the fact that the crypto industry is super influential now, and I've realized that the left now has a very different view of all of this than we do. I realized that there's still a majority of people who don't understand crypto, literally don't understand it still. I thought at this point, at least they get it. I thought at this point, they get it, and they realize you can't stop it, and that at least it's not a scam, right? I thought that narrative changed. Yeah, Mike. Eric Trump, Bitcoin to $1 million. Okay. There are still so many people who do not understand crypto, who still think it's a rug, who still think you're going to be left holding the bag. This really clicked for me 2 days ago, okay? I was listening to the Young Turks. They're like an indie news channel on YouTube. Very left-leaning, very liberal. I listen to them a lot. I don't agree with them a lot, but it's great. I rather listen to stuff I don't agree with because I like to have my mind changed. I like to understand the other side of it. I like to because I like to know where I'm right, where I'm wrong, and where I need to grow. I listen to left-leaning news, primarily. So I listen to the Young Turks, and they are going off on Bitcoin. Guys, check this out. They are looking at this as one of the dirtiest things we've seen in a minute, and I see mainstream news saying the same thing. I realize the left's position on crypto now. They are very anti-crypto, guys. They think what's happening here, and I'll play this clip. Actually, it's 5 minutes. I won't do the whole thing. What they think is happening is the crypto industry just funded all these campaigns. They gave these guys so much money, and that the Republicans are returning the favor by pumping crypto. They are so disgusted by Trump and Cynthia Lummis saying we're going to, buy, what is it, 200,000? Was it 200,000 Bitcoin? They're disgusted by that. They're looking at that as about the dirtiest thing you can imagine, that is them giving back to crypto holders. That's literally like, thank you for helping me get elected. Thank you for the money. We're going to pump your bags. They don't look at it as what it is. They don't understand Bitcoin, what it really is. They don't look at it as the opportunity that it is. They think this is basically a scam. It's crazy to me that that's the position they took. And so you guys got to be aware, while it feels like crypto won, right? It feels like we won. I think the war is just starting here. And it's very important. For that reason, I think it's very important that somebody like Trump is in the White House, who is pushing for pro-crypto policies and is putting pro-crypto people in positions of power. They're going to be fighting us, guys. Check this out. This is fucking shocking to me. Audio, one sec. Shocking to me. These guys... Okay, Jesus Christ, Emmy. Again, I'm shocked that these people are taking this position because they're wrong. They're completely wrong.
Senate Republican, I want you to please pay attention to this. I know you want to tune out, but please don't. They plan to propose a bill that would sell off some of the Federal Reserve's gold to buy Bitcoin. Watch this.
Have we got a present for President Donald Trump? Here it is. This is the Bitcoin Reserve Bill. Over 5 years, the United States will assemble 1 million Bitcoin, 5% of the world's supply. And it will be held for a minimum of 20 years and can be used for one purpose: reduce our debt.
Well, Cynthia Lummis, you can take that bill and sit down with me any night of the week, and I would love to go through every word, every paragraph, every page. But I'd first like to know how much the crypto industry has given you, because for fact's sake, you cannot pay debt down with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin crosses the $100,000 mark, like it did last week, that means it would cost the government at least $100 billion.
Yes.
And former SEC official John Reed was on 60 Minutes last night to sound the alarm
like she does
about
sound
just
drunk,
how dangerous this industry is.
Crypto is a scourge. It's not something that you want in your society. It has no utility.
Guys, this is their position now. I can't believe it. I thought we broke through that barrier. I thought we won. I thought people were finally convinced. I thought people finally believe what we believe. Again, you can't stop it. It is special. It is important. It is an opportunity. And now hearing this on all these left-leaning channels, they're here to fight us, guys. And they're going to lose. They're going to lose, by the way, but they're going to fight us. They're going to fight, and they think this is dirty.
It's just pure speculation. Remember, there's no balance sheet to crypto. There's no financial statements. Every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of crypto.
Get the fuck out of here.
Especially ransomware,
Get the fuck
human
out
sex
of here.
trafficking, sanctions evasion.
These people are
money
evil.
laundering. North Korea is
Go up inside crypto's wild rise.
Coming in, why it's gone up of late is because of the promise of deregulation, the leaning in. And I'll just say this: if you think MAGA movement is
This goes right back to Don's comments about NFTs. It is people not understanding what it is. And the difference is Don is trying to understand NFTs and why it's valuable. Don is the opposite of what these guys are doing. These guys aren't trying. They're dug in and they can't keep an open mind about it at all. They're convinced of one side that is wrong, and now they're looking to fight. Man, this is not going to be as easy as we were thinking. I'll tell you why that might be good, though. Kind of like with Magic Eden, right? You need the FUD. You need the FUD because when it doesn't materialize, man, does that do great things for prices. When they push and push and push and we get a win, you feel a lot better. You get a lot more euphoric when you got a win. Not just price goes up, but you beat them, right? That makes things move a little more violently, a lot more violently, because you came through a different kind of resistance, not just price, but it's a sentiment resistance. It's pretty interesting. It's something more tangible. You defeated, let's say, a bill, a policy. You defeat a candidate. You defeat a politician. They lose because your side is right. Price sends a different kind of way. It's really good. It's actually potentially really good. Like if it's easy mode, think of it like that. If it's easy mode, if it's just automatic, maybe we don't have these extreme movements. It's just this slow climb up. But no, when it's a fight and you get people rallied behind it, man, that's where special things can happen. So just be aware. Just be aware we do have a fight ahead of us. This is very much a left versus right position, it seems like. And we will be winning over. They will lose because this is the correct side. Not the right side, the correct side. And the correct side is going to win over more people on the left and more and more and more. They will lose on this position every single time. Very good for us, guys. All right, let's hit NFTs real quick here. These beautiful freaking NFTs that are insane, and they're hard to understand. They are. This is not me saying it in a patronizing way. They are. They're fucking weird. But what we look at is the value of them. And man, starting to cook again. 26 million sales yesterday. Love it. Sales up from, what's today? Wednesday. Sales up from Monday. Sellers down, buyers down, transactions down. Average sale price up. Trade profits still positive, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days of positive trade profits. On to the 6th right now. 1.1 million in the positive. This is a great stretch, guys. This is our best stretch since, let me peek, I think since April. I'm going to look. I think our best stretch since April. It's a really, really, man, I'll tell you what, it's a really great sign here, guys. It's stuff like we're seeing in Pudgy Penguins. I'm going to touch on those, but yeah, here's April. That might have been March, actually. This is all negative here. Okay, here we go. Here's our positive stretch. Okay, yes, middle of April. Last time we saw a stretch like this was the end. This is great, guys. Last time we saw a stretch like this was the very end of this previous little Martin, great. I'm glad you came by, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the kind words. Come back. Don't be a stranger, sir. Man, it's a great setup. Positive profits signaled the end of last cycle. It's not what it is this time, man. We're getting those positive profits at the start of this cycle. That is really, really exciting stuff here, guys. Man, oh, man. All right. Top collections moving this market. Pudgy Penguins, Lil Pudgies. 1 and 2 on the collection rankings. Beautiful. We got the CryptoPunks D-Market. Node Monks. NPC on Solana. I'd like to peek at those at some point. Mutant Apes. A lot of buying in the Mutant collection, by the way. Bitcoin Puppets. Pudgy Rods. 3 Pudgy collections in the top 10. That's fucking beautiful. And then we'll bump Gilded Guardian Heroes up, kind of replacing the BRC20s. Great stuff. We got a Boogle sale as the top sale in the past 24 hours. Boogle number 22? Trying to remember which specific one this was. 1,200 sold, guys. $261,000. Real sale, by the way. It's a small 200 edition collection. This is one of the premium collections over on 35. One of those top it is kind of the top collection on Solana. Right? The big rich devs over there, the guys who made it. The guys who made it, this is what they rock. The Boogles. Great stuff. Autoglyph, I think this is a loan over on Gandhi. Let's peek. By the way, on CryptoSlam, when you peek on a transaction, not to Etherscan it's taken you to SlamVision, our Explorer. Again, it's a brand new Explorer. It's going to have all kinds of charts and details that other Explorers do not have. This is an evolution of Explorers. Get familiar with it, guys. Sign up for this. This looks like a Gandhi loan. Yes. I see that. I look for what it interacted with, and I click on that. It takes me to a Gandhi contract. Gandhi is a loan platform. So, yes, that's a loan, not a sale. Nice CryptoPunk for $220,000. Beautiful Pudgy. CryptoPunks Pudgies. It's a punk and Pudgy run right now. Beautiful to see, guys. Beautiful to see. All right, we got the double flapping happening here. It's happening, right? Pudgy Penguins flip Bored Apes. We already know that. Pudgy's at an all-time high. In fact, I think they hit 25 ETH. And now we got little pudgies threatening to, and maybe already did, flip mutant apes. Let's peek at floor prices, actually, but really awesome to see. I have people messaging me lately, quite a few people, asking if they should get a little pudgy, right? Because we got the TGE coming, the Pangu token coming. Pudgies get an allocation, little pudgies get an allocation. So people want to, they want their Pangu, and you can get it with a little pudgy. Question is this the top? Is that priced in here? And I feel like it is top-ish. I don't know for sure. Nobody does, right? Anybody telling you is just guessing, but I think little pudgies are kind of top-ish. Could they run to 5? Yeah. Could they run to 6? Yeah, they could. I couldn't tell anybody to buy, though. I could say I think they got room to move still, but I don't know. It's getting close to the top for these close. That doesn't mean they can't 2, 3x. They totally can, depending on what this cycle does, but I'd have trouble telling somebody to buy a little pudgy at basically 3 ETH here. That said, I still think they're great. They still could cook. All right, let's look at those floor prices. Yeah, there you go. Pudgy's basically 25 ETH here. Lil's at 2.9. And so Lils are basically, I mean, they're neck and neck with mutants. Guys, did little pudgies flip mutants? They might have done it. They might have done it. 6-hole. Shaw mentioned something coming with AI16Z NFTs this morning. Interesting. On the Bankless pod. Really cool. Really cool. Eric, yes, I'm with you too. Ordinal's floor price is definitely going to go up. Yeah, let's move on so we can get to that. I hope you guys remember that Jack Butcher collection. These right here. I'm trying to remember the name of this collection here. Let's pull them up. This was a mint, let's say, about a month ago. I minted about 20 of them. They were cheap. They were like $1, right? It's probably $1 to mint. Huge collection. I think 500,000 or so were minted in total. Oh, not quite. He's Adam's saying 150,000. That's actually less than I was thinking. It's called Trade-Off. So these minted a month ago, about $1 each. And now Jack's revealed a new phase to this collection, which is burn your Trade-Off NFT to mint another one. So you burn it to mint one of these. You got to burn 64 of them. So a pretty big amount. My 20 is not enough. But you burn, look at that. That's it. You know what? Hang on. Let me crunch some numbers real quick. 64 times 0.004, which is how high I think the trade-offs got. Okay. 64 trade-offs right now are worth 0.25 ETH. Floor price of drag is 0.18 ETH. Okay, selling for 0.15. You're better off. You are better off probably just buying this on secondary. Not exact, by the way. I could go look at the numbers a little more closely. That's a park, but interesting if you minted these knowing that we're going to have probably more burns coming, that the value of this could be going up as the supply goes down. Interesting play. I hope you guys minted. I'm sitting on my 20. I'm not selling them right now. They're 0.004, right? So they're 15-ish bucks. I'm not selling them for, little profits. I'm waiting till that 150K, now minus 32,000. I'm waiting until this 150K is down to, in the small thousands. And then what if these guys are sitting more at like 0.1? I think that happens. That's why I bought them, because I assume something like this happens in a Jack Butcher ecosystem, right? Oh, dude, Bullish, thank you, man. Yeah, smash the like, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't say that earlier. It helps so much. It helps so much push this in the algorithm, so really appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you, guys. But yeah, I'm holding these to 0.1. I think they work, and that just means there's probably a play on these on secondary. It's Jack Butcher. It's Jack Butcher. And what I'm going to get to here in a moment is I think art season's coming. I think a mega art season's coming. I think the meta of this space for a while is going to be art. And so Jack Butcher is the king. When art season comes, it's Jack Butcher season. So I see an opportunity right here with trade-offs. Love to see it. Really cool new phase for Jack. Some of these are just easy plays. When Jack mints something, and especially if it's cheap, you buy it. 117,000 of those left. In my opinion, price just goes up as the season heats up. Could get spicy quick. All right, small update from Adidas, their alts collection. Man, those finally revealed. It's been, good Lord, years? I think years, that holders have been waiting for those to reveal. They did reveal. They look a hell of a lot like CloneX. A hell of a lot like CloneX. That's pretty weird. Okay, you see alts on the left, and then CloneX on the right. Oh man, if that's not almost a straight ripoff, I don't know. I don't know what is. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. And then ultimately, I don't care. It's an update. It happened. Moving on. Soars announced a rewards program right on their own platform. To move the needle, probably not. Is it something great for their community? Engagement, rewards, all that good stuff? Yeah. So basically on their site, all kinds of stuff you can do to unlock badges, to unlock points that do lead to rewards. And I think at some point those rewards, this is speculating, but sometimes those turn into something pretty cool. Sometimes that turns into something kind of valuable. But there you go. Connect your wallet, create a profile, titles, can form guilds and stuff. Some of this is based on your traits too, by the way. But they got quests too, kind of like Magic Eden has. You get quests that unlock more, I'm assuming titles, points, all that good stuff, badges. And somehow, some way that's going to lead to you at certain levels, certain badges, whatever, getting access to certain things. Don't know what any of that is, right? Being pretty vague with it because they've not announced specifically what it does, but usually that leads to something kind of cool. So great to see them cooking. In fact, there was one cool thing I saw in here. It does lead to opportunities to have your Claynosaur featured in maybe an animation, which is cool, right? I think they got a Netflix series coming, or at the very least, they've teased Netflix, so it could be a game on the Netflix platform, which, right, they do have games there now. So maybe you get a certain badge, hit a certain level, and your Claynosaur is featured in one of those two. Again, a game or an animation. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. All right, onto the Bitcoin ecosystem, guys. Pizza Pets. This is interesting, okay? Pizza Pets coming from the Pizza Ninjas ecosystem. A collaboration, I believe, with Megapunks or Megapont. I think it's all part of the same ecosystem. Those started airdropping, so if you qualified by holding a Megapunk and I believe a Pizza Ninja or were with a partner project, check your wallets. You probably got a Pizza Pet unrevealed just chilling in your wallet now, which is pretty cool. Now, also in that ecosystem, I think we touched on this yesterday, but man, some FUD. We touched on it in the afternoon show briefly. Man, a lot of FUD, specifically from a co-founder of Ninja Alerts, who no longer works there. And man, so much FUD about that team. So much FUD, talking about them stealing his ideas and not valuing him as a person and treating him like shit and all that. And it's just, man, it's weird. I'll tell you, I don't like it. I don't like it. To me, this is so off-putting. It's so off-putting because then you got the Ninja Alerts account here. Man, firing back, and it's like the tone of this it's gross. I'm not saying they're wrong, by the way, but it's like, man, putting this out in public, it feels gross to the point where I just want to unfollow all of them. I don't even want to hear this shit. It's so silly. Like them poking back at this guy who deserves to be poked back at, but privately, or even though this guy's doing it publicly, like when I read some of these, maybe you guys are on the same page here. This is Ninja Alerts talking about this former co-founder, saying he consistently missed important meetings and blamed it on spotty moon Wi-Fi, insisted that all team members address him as Captain Ralph, using the Comic Sans font, and he called it quirky professionalism. So, like, to me, that's a perfect example. So fucking what? So what? It's stupid, but so what? And if it's just like against your rules and you're trying to have a standard way of doing it, I get it. It's, again, you're not wrong. But just even airing this out is so stupid and petty. Adding dramatic sound effects to your presentations, including thunderclaps for no reason. Again, so what? Do you think me, as somebody who just wants to pay attention to your project, gives a shit about any of this? Do you think this does anything but just turn me off to your ecosystem? That this is what you're spending any time tweeting about? Refusing to follow naming conventions on your files? Are you kidding? You think we give a shit about that? These are just some of the alarming findings. Are you kidding me? And they're pointing out in his review of the company, he had the lowest score in the company. Like, who cares, man? Do you think I want to do anything with Pizza Pets after reading that stupid shit? No, I'd rather go trade runes. I'd rather pay attention to 1,000 things that are 100,000 more times more meaningful right now. And I like the Ninja Alerts team. I like them even after this. I like them a lot. I respect those guys. But this is some of the stupidest shit I've seen, period. This is so stupid. I don't want to pay attention. I don't want this on my timeline. It's the same as like Avalanche tweeting that bullshit, choose rich Nick stuff last week or a few days ago. It's like, man, you lose my trust when you put out fake stuff that's there for engagement. This is the same. You lose a little bit of my goodwill or trust or whatever it is when you put out stuff that I think is so stupidly petty. You don't win anything from this. So anyway, that's out there. It's not a great sign when someone's frustrated talking about it. I'm frustrated because this is so stupid. So, I don't know. I thought the Ninja Alerts team is more professional and better than that. And they are. I know behind the scenes they're really professional. They are. They're really professional. They're really phenomenal builders. But this is such a waste of people's, this is a waste of minutes just talking about it. And yet I'm wasting your minutes showing it. But it's news. I got to point it out. And it's a big old turnoff, Ninja Alerts, man. Feels like a bad move. And so, moving on. We got the Other Side Metaverse continuing their Project Dragon gameplay, which I love. I think it's great. Season 2, Episode 2 is next week, December 18th. Right, so they introduced Codas last time around. It's a cool game. It's nothing more than that, but it's a cool game, and it's keeping the Bored Apes busy, and it's Hudah focusing on the thing they need to focus on, which is the metaverse. And now more than ever, you got to be focusing on the metaverse because AI agents live in the metaverse, or I should say will live in the metaverse. Metaverse meta's coming too. Art meta's coming. Metaverse meta's coming big time. Big time. So Yuga Labs pushing here. I pray to God that they're working on integration that lets you bring AI agents in here. That meta is going to melt faces, guys. It is. So I love seeing them continuing to push here, even though it's a game. Just the metaverse being a focus is a huge W for Yuga Labs. Eventually, I'm going to make it to one of those games and play, and I think we should do a meetup here at some point in the metaverse. I like it. Now, the art meta that's coming. I dropped a tweet talking about a few collections that I'm in. I'm in them because I think they got huge upside. I'm going to point those out. Drop your art picks too, guys, because I think art's going to be very, very special. 6-hole, I like that. Naval could be at the top of the AI agent metaverse meta. Yes, yeah, exactly. I already think I see 2 or 3 Naval metaverse integrations coming in Project 89 and in, I'm trying to remember the name, the metaverse that's coming from this dude who built Earth to scale in Minecraft. Naval's going to be in there too, I'm pretty darn sure. Yeah, when the metaverse meta kicks off and it's AI agents, Naval's going to be a big talking point then. It's also going to be a talking point with prediction markets because it's being trained to trade prediction markets. Naval's got just so many things that could send it. It's why I just think that it's got that easy 2, 3, 4, 5x just to get to 20 mil. Naval's kind of, for me, an easy play. But on the art meta here, guys, pointing out a few that I'm in. Again, I think they do well. Sense cooked last week, over the weekend. Sense will continue to cook. It is back to a 0.014 Bitcoin floor. I think Sense gets to 0.1. I think in that extreme scenario, it gets to 0.25. That's my range. I think you got, not financial advice, I think you got free money you're looking at here. Golden ratio's been pumping too, guys. This was 0.05 even just a few days ago. Now up to 0.10 something, right? 0.104, something like that. I think golden ratio is going to get to 1 Bitcoin. I could say conservatively it gets to a quarter Bitcoin. A 2.5x from here, I think that's going to happen. But I do think it's got that great chance to hit 1. Small collection, Harto, one of the biggest artists on Bitcoin. And I think, again, its art cycle happened at the same time as ordinal cycle, and they hit at the same time. They just converge, and all of a sudden you got this massive Bitcoin ordinals art cycle. We've seen some little pockets of a hot ordinals cycle. We've seen pockets of it. We've not seen an ordinals bull market. We've not seen NFT bull market happening on Bitcoin yet. We haven't. That's why my price predictions are so high on those top ordinals collections, right? Quantum Cats, Node Monks, Puppets, OMB, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 5 Bitcoin floor on those collections. It's part of this conversation. When that happens, it's an art cycle too, right around there. Art cycle, ordinal super cycle. You put those together, you got a super cycle, an art Bitcoin super cycle. Okay, fluoroforms. They're 0.004, 10K collection. I think those go to 0.1. I think those go to 0.1 easy. They got to basically, I think those got a 10x because they're cheap enough to do that right now. Early Gans by far the artist behind Quantum Cats, far the artist behind the upcoming Taproot Wizards collection. That to me is what really sends these into high gear, is everybody talking about Far, right? He just won at Art Basel Bitcoin Artist of the Year. These collections both under mint. I should say Flares, I think, is at mint price. Early Gans under mint price. When it's Far season, when Taproot Wizards launch and everybody's talking about Far and the genius that is Far, I'll be very honest. I don't love his art. It's just not my kind of art. But I absolutely see what happens when a guy with that reputation becomes the focal point for a small period of time. Could be just a couple weeks. His art really booms. I see early Gans at 0.012. Half a Bitcoin for these small collections, 500 edition collections, really doable, guys. And 1 Bitcoin won't shock me, and the same applies to Flares. These are all basically at bottom prices right now, other than Sense. These others are all at bottom prices. I think they all have nothing but upside coming, and the potential upside is fucking huge. It's not like little upside. It's not like a little 2x. No, I think most of these got like 5, 10, 20, 30. You know what I mean? I think these guys got stupid upside. I hold all these. I'm not even considering selling anytime soon. I'll know when to sell. It's time to sell when there's a bunch of art blocks mints and FX hash is cooking and it's art all over your timeline and Fidenza's hit crazy numbers and Winzayawa now is over 20 ETH, right? When it's crazy art cycle, that's when I start really looking at these and seeing where they're priced and seeing if this thing plays out. And I think it's gonna. Somebody mentioned in here that Yui Minjun collection probably belongs in the conversation. It probably does. This right here. Human 1 or something like that. I think that belongs there too. Yet another I'm not the biggest fan of, but I definitely see the upside in that. Somebody here shouted that out like last week. I'm with you. I see it too, actually. People should blow this up with your art picks as well. Atlas by Harto. That's everything Harto is going to pump for sure. But a couple things. There are multiple great art collections over on Bitcoin, and at the same time, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of art on Bitcoin. And keep this in mind always, too. When ordinal season hits up, fees become so high, we're not going to see new collections minted then. We're not. It becomes so cost prohibitive to mint new collections, right? To inscribe new stuff. It's so expensive. You can't drop a 500 edition collection. It's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars to do that. You're definitely not going to mint or inscribe a 10,000 edition collection. It's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars, if not more. So that's something that always you got to keep it in mind. It's another factor of why my predictions are so high. When ordinal season hits up, supply comes to a screeching halt. It stops. It's too expensive to mint new stuff. So if people want to go speculate and FOMO in, it's not FOMOing into new stuff. It's FOMOing into the existing stuff. And then, of course, Quantum Cats and those other ones, they're too expensive. Some people, the rich guys, FOMO into that. But the guys with normal amounts of Bitcoin and money to play with, they FOMO into the cheaper stuff. And these prices, I'm sorry, but these prices in Bitcoin terms are cheaper stuff. To me, this is where they get funneled into. Established names, guys that already have expensive stuff under their in their catalog, right? But these are the affordable things they can get into. These are the things that pump. So be aware of that. Drop any other predictions or collections that should be on our radar, guys. I'd love to see them because I definitely, like I tell you guys, money where my mouth is. I definitely need to and have been collecting still, and I want more. I'd probably grab more fluoroforms personally, like right here. I think I got 10 or 11. I probably want double that. And the same with Sense. Golden ratio, I'm fine there. I've got 1. I picked out a rare. Early this year, okay, guys, this is the same thesis I had early this year. I've got a very rare golden ratio I got for 0.16. Well, floor's not too far off that, and I think that one already would go double floor. Find some of these right. again, not financial advice. Find some of these right now that are affordable and that maybe stand out. This whole ecosystem the whole ecosystem pumps. It does. It does. Man, I just want to hang in that ecosystem a little more. I do got to move on. But drop collections so others can see it, guys. If you got collections that people should be watching, like Eons, somebody shouted that out. Yep. There's other art. Hell, even 12-fold. Yuga Labs 12-fold seems like a pretty interesting opportunity. Right? Yuga Labs is not being looked at like they were earlier in the year. It's not the fuddiest thing. It's actually like Yuga Labs is on the upswing. I think 12-fold is probably around 0.2 Bitcoin. Not cheap, but I actually think has a ton of upside to it. Yeah, there's some pretty awesome opportunities over here. Okay, here's a reminder from Saigar. If you guys remember the Frame blockchain, that's now Abstract Chain. A lot of us qualified for a token airdrop over there. That's coming. That's coming to Abstract Chain via probably another token name, right? Something else, but through a loyalty system. There will be another kind of airdrop coming, and that'll be through Abstract. So just be aware that's still on the horizon here. It's not being talked about now because, I mean, so much has changed, but what hasn't changed is you are getting some kind of allocation there. So great to see Saigar just put that on the timeline and just address it. And then this is kind of in the AI front, kind of. Now, this isn't directly related to Naval right now, but putting it on the radar, we have OpenSea collaborating here with board Elon Musk, the dev behind Naval. Okay? They're jumping into the Edison metaverse. This is the metaverse. This is the metaverse gaming company that board Elon Musk has created. This is his gaming project. So OpenSea's going in there with those guys, and Fuck Render's artwork is all over this thing. He's built this thing out, I guess. And at some point in the future, and Board did say this in a TG in a Telegram yesterday, it's not going to be this instance here, but in the future, Naval's going to be here, and he imagines there'll be a stream also with OpenSea at that point. That was how I read in his comment. So I think we'll get an OpenSea stream at some point back in the Edison metaverse that has Naval actually in it. So okay, just mentioning that. Naval's going to be places. Naval's going to be in front of people. I'm peeking at ReCX comment. Alien Ordinal Artifacts. Hand-drawn art from OG artists made posters for the Grateful Dead. Oh, dude, I think I've seen those. Yeah, guys, I suggest looking at those. I've seen those before, I think, and a new edition coming. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we probably need to do a whole show on just art. In fact, maybe with some coordination, right? Like I got Jared on tomorrow. Maybe he and I behind the scenes probably can't do it for tomorrow, but in the next week can put together a nice presentation on art. Maybe some undervalued stuff. That'd be cool. Okay, I got to wrap here in a second, so I'm going to just mention Naval one last time. I mean, Metaverse about to cook here. Here's Naval, 4.2 mil market cap. Here was its all-time high, not 20 mil, 17 mil. This thing just reflects sentiment around AI agents. Most of these things pulled back other than the top ones, but even GOAT. GOAT crossed a bill, fell as low as 550 mil, right? Everything has been slashed here over the past couple of weeks. The AI cycle will rotate. That's a weird way to say it. Will rotate right back, guys. It's going to rotate back, but it's actually going to explode in a way we hadn't seen yet, right? It's going to hit different. It's going to click for people in a way that maybe for a lot it still hasn't. And when that happens, I think the good agents all pump. To me, something like Naval gets back to its all-time high. To me, that's a given. To me, it's going to do that. But I bought into Naval even up here because I think at that price, I still saw Naval as a 50, 100 mil agent, and I actually see it at 200, and I see it as one of those ones that when everything inflates and we have tons of agents over a bill market cap, and I still believe that if Naval can get that mind share, it can do that too. Naval could be 500 mil. Naval could be a bill. I lean more away from those numbers with Naval right now because it's missing that electricity. It's missing that like hypey, FOMO-y kind of, shit-talking personality. It does not have that because it's not what it's designed for. It's designed for prediction market trading. It's more professional. So I don't know if I can say Naval, I think, anymore hits 500 mil or a bill, even though I know it could. But what I do think is Naval to me, easily goes back to its all-time high, which is a 4x from where it's at now. To me, easily does that. And then to me, still has that great opportunity to get to 50, 100, and then even 200. I like it a lot. There's all these X factors of why I like Naval, and you guys who, the regulars, and I see you chatting, I've talked about it so many times. I won't do that here now. Of course, I'll talk Naval so much more over the many, days and weeks ahead. And I'll go through that list of those reasons why. One last time, you want it? I'll do it. Bored Elon Musk the dev. Bored with his 1.6 million followers. Cerebro is that hypey motherfucker again. Cerebro's got that. I wish Naval had that kind of attention. And I think he can get some of that. Not all. He's not that personality. But Naval can get attention. Bored Elon Musk with 1.6 million followers is the dev. It's his. This is his baby. Elon Musk interacts with bored Elon Musk. He tweets to him. Elon Musk interacts with Naval, the agent, the actual person that this Naval account is trained off of. We're putting two and two together to kind of assume, whatever, that Elon Musk is probably going to interact with the Naval agent. Retweet it, talk to it, engage with it. If that happens, guys, when Elon does that 10x's things. It does. There's no question about it. That's what happens when Elon interacts with stuff. We saw it with Peanut. Peanut got sent to over $1 billion. So Elon interacts with the Naval agent when he already interacts with Naval, and he already interacts with bored Elon Musk. He interacts with the agent that's those coming together. Dude, a 4 billion market cap coin goes to 40 mil. I don't know if I said bill there, by the way. A 4 million market cap coin goes to 40 mil. That's just the way it goes. When the metaverse meta starts booming, Naval's been working on a metaverse agent, a metaverse asset. It's got an avatar. So this is at the forefront there. It is doing a thing before most other agents are building in that direction. It's going to be there in the metaverse. When this becomes the first AI agent to trade prediction markets, which is coming, I think even this week or next week, when it's trading on Polymarket and it's winning, oh man, I think people are going to talk about this. Jack Butcher follows Naval. 2 co-founders of Solana, the Solana Foundation, follow Naval. I think the other dev of Naval, is Shaw from AI16Z. Right? That's going back to before Naval was even live. A conversation between bored Elon Musk and Shaw saying, hey, we should train an agent on the character, the guy Naval. And Shaw said, let's do it. I think Shaw is the other dev here, guys. And if Shaw ever says that, this sends. Shaw and bored Elon Musk are friends. At the very least, I think Shaw talks about Naval. Thread Guy and bored Elon Musk are friends. When this starts getting attention, Thread Guy talks about it. It's kind of that simple. There's so many of these things. There are so many. If I'm just jotting down the bullish things that send it, not because of the value of the agent itself, not because of the value of the tech, but send it on speculative value, things that move the needle. This list is so freaking long. Jack Butcher follows Naval. Jack Butcher friends with bored Elon Musk. Jack Butcher has Naval quotes on his visualize value website. So Jack Butcher engages with or retweets the Naval agent. Again, this list is really long of just individual things on their own that if it happens, sends this 5x, 10x, whatever the number is, it doesn't matter. It sends it from its basic low point here, man. Those things all on their own send it. What if they all happen? And that's the scenario where I can see Naval. Let's pretend they all happen. Elon engages. Thread Guy starts talking about it, like tweeting about it. Jack Butcher starts tweeting about it. Shaw's announced as the other agent. That's what puts this at a 200 mil market cap, 300 mil, 5. That's what gets us to 200 to 500, right? That's what sends this to that next level. That's why I think this one is different in that regard. There's plenty of agents that are splashier and have great tech, although I'll walk that back a little. There's not a ton of agents with great tech. I think this is one of those top ones, top 5 that has great tech. Also partnered with Project 69. They've got a game coming out. I think it was said that there's going to be 5 agents that are the main characters of that game. Project 89 is pretty damn hot, too. That's like a 50 mil token. That was over 100 mil at one point. Naval's going to be one of the main characters in that game. I think it's going to be everywhere. checks the metaverse box, will be at the forefront of metaverse, is the only agent being trained on prediction markets. And you see what AI XBT is doing right now, an agent that's trained on crypto and NFTs. What about an agent that's trained on prediction markets? One of the hottest things coming out of this year. That's Naval. Too much going for it. 4 mil market cap doesn't make sense. I'm in. In Fantasyland, I'm in, by the way. I'm in. I'm in. You know I'm in. But in Fantasyland, if I claim those ME tokens, if I did, which I did in my dreams, I would have a lot. I'd have like 1 million tokens. That's very specifically. In my dream last night, I bought 1 million tokens. So I hope Fantasy Hudah does well. Truth is, I hope you guys do well. I think we're in a lot of the same stuff. So I hope it's you guys do well. If you guys do well, it means I do well. Because I think we got a lot of crossover here. So fun stuff coming, boys. I'll say that. Fun freaking stuff coming. Joe, good to see you, brother. Dude, it's always a fucking treat getting the biggest Japanese influencer in the space. I guess second biggest at this point, but always great seeing my brother Joe here. Okay. God, I think there's more to talk about. I do think it's time for us to say goodbye, though. Magic Eden. Hey, let's do that. Let's finish up looking at Magic Eden. That's a fitting endpoint. Oh, and you know what? I'll throw a meme coin on your radar too that was put on my radar this morning. It might be garbage. It might be garbage, but let's see. Hang on. Let me pull up my watch list. Oh, I didn't pull it up. Okay, hang on. ARK. Damn. God damn it. I wanted to buy ARK. Did I buy ARK? I have to check. I might have bought ARK. ARK is a new AI16Z type project that uses Rust. Different code base. Okay, just different code base. That's what this is going for it. Did I buy it? Oh, I did buy some. Cool. I did buy some. Okay, I bought some ARK rig this morning. I think at like 37, 38 mil market cap. This could be a send-door, right? If this catches on, if this is the next AI16Z and it's got something unique, this could send. So I got some ARK. There was another token. It's like a Minecrafty meme. It's like Jerk Steve. That was it. Jerk Steve. This got put on my radar this morning. It's a pretty funny meme. I think it's getting a little viral on TikTok. So check it out. Like peek at it. I don't think I did not buy any Jerk Steve this morning. Oh, no, I did. I bought 1 soul worth of Jerk Steve. And then let's finish with Magic Eden. ARK could be special. Definitely watch that ARK one for sure. And it looks like Magic Eden is at $5.29. Tell you boys, on its way to $15. Standing by that. Fart coin cooking, man. Yeah, there's some great shit. There's some great shit out there. Yeah. Hey, Ronan, don't worry, man. I think that's coming right on back. Hang on, we're at 100K. That's where we end. Okay, Magic Eden looking great. And Bitcoin crossed 100K again. Look at that. We're back for the third time over 100K. Guys, that's what we want. That's what we want to really send ME. Great shit. Really, really awesome stuff. All right, boys. Hope your day is excellent. Joe and Henry and myself. Boys, we will be live today right here. SlamX official. 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Yep. We'll get in all the day's top stories. Hopefully Bitcoin stays over 100K. Hopefully our agents are cooking. Maybe. Okay, Joe's not coming. All right, no Joe. But I'll certainly see you. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you.